Alright then, so we're moving on to chapter 5 now. Okay, I'll say. You zombie. Bungee zombie. So I don't know if you can see, it might not be very clear, but whereas in the previous chapters all the lawns were level, here there's like an incline. So I'll show you what happens in a minute if I don't use. Well, actually, first thing I should probably mention is that, as you can see, there is no soil on the roof because it's a rooftop. So that's what the plant pots are for. So they work, I guess, in the same way as a lily pad from the levels with water and the pool. And so you need a plant pot before you put down the plant, because otherwise there's no soil for the plant to survive in. Now, I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna take out the zombies using a mine, just because obviously you build up sun first. But you see the plants, they work the same way. They just need a plant pot. If you was to try and put a plant on like just a bare roof, then you can't do it. And as you can see, the pots can get eaten. That is problematic. I'm not paying attention. Anyway, so if I put down a snow pea here, even though it's within its line of fire, it's not hitting the zombie because it's at an angle. The roof is at an angle. But now, as the zombie approaches, walks down the slope, that's when the peas can hit. So if you're going to use peas, always put them on the top row so that they can fire down the lane, and then use the cabbage pulp, which can fire over the incline and still hit the zombie. So I mean, he could have explained that a little bit better, but well, it's not a hard concept to follow, and you can see for yourself what's going on. But the fact that they haven't given me any plant pots yet means that if I lose any more of these, I'm in a bit of trouble. So this is what the new zombie does. He targets a plant using, well, I guess he just randomly picks one. He doesn't target one in particular, and then he swoops down and he picks it up and takes it away, and it is lost forever, which is annoying, as you can imagine, but there is a way to counter it, and that will present itself in a future level, but we haven't quite got there yet. See, I mean, this sort of environment, like having the incline, makes you play differently, makes you think a bit differently, and having the pots as well is, adds another thing into the mix, and you just don't get that in PvZ2, which is a real shame, and I don't understand why, to be honest. Like, they have better technology to work with, so they should be able to put in more variety, not less. I don't really understand it. I'm still holding out hope for that PC version. Because as is at the moment, PvZ2 is It's not a bad game, but I mean it's not as okay. I don't want to use the word revolutionary, but I mean PvZ 1 is, you know, set the standard pretty high, I think, for me. I don't know, maybe I just haven't played that many games of this genre, but I think PvZ 1 did quite a good job in what it did, and PvZ 2 should have raised the bar higher still, but it didn't. So, not technically a plant. I mean, you know, it's not actually a plant. It's a plant pot, flower pot. And as you saw earlier, as you saw in that level, what it does is you put plants in it, obviously. Ooh, new items. Okay. Show me the goods. So I want to buy. So obviously, I think the most important thing to concentrate on is getting more seed slots. You can probably get away with what I've got now, to be honest, but the more the better, I say. And we have roof cleaners here, which work the same way as pool cleaners. You know, because obviously there's no lawnmowers on the roof, so that's important if you're struggling with the roof levels. And these you've already seen. We've got 2 new plant upgrades. Spike rock goes on top of spikeweed, and magnet shroom goes on top of gold magnets goes on top of magnet shrooms, and they collect coins for you, and diamonds as well. And yeah, I'll probably use those in a future video, just so you know what's going on. Alright, so yeah, plant parts like lily pads, very important. If you don't bring them along, then I mean you might get lucky and survive, but as you saw in that level just now, if you lose a few of them, then you're in a bit of a sticky situation. I think my tactic worked quite well last time. I'm gonna go exactly the same. Cherry bomb. I don't think I'm going to need a jumper, but I might bring him anyway. I didn't get to use him last time. The level's quite short. So as you saw there, I saw the pole vaulter come flying in, and as I've said in previous videos, it's important to get him to jump as soon as possible, otherwise he'll just steam straight into your plants, and you want to take him out like before obviously he starts doing too much damage, because otherwise he would have made it at least to probably here had I not made him jump, forced to jump. So I just chucked down a plant pot, flower pot, just to force him to jump. I mean, obviously you never really want to lose plants unnecessarily or waste sun, but you know, it's only 25 points and it benefits you a lot more by using that plant in that pot in that situation. And even if, like for example here, I've just thrown it down just to slow, you know, it's 25 sun well spent. Whatever helps you get through the level, you know, complete the round, complete the chapter, then that's, you know, that's the overall goal, that's the overall objective and the overall goal. So yeah, assuming it pays off. If you waste the sun and then, well, I mean, if you use the sun and then it, you know, you sort of waste it, then obviously that's not good. Oh, so you can't even use a cherry bomb without a plant pot. I know, well, I can afford to lose the chomper, but, you know, I don't want to lose it. Not if I can help it. And I've got the spare sun, so I might as well use the cherry bomb. After all, that is why I bring it. For those sort of situations. Whoa! Forgot they do that. So yeah, as well as stealing plants from the sky, zombies can also rain in. So yeah, be wary of that. I guess it's like, well, in a lot of ways, this level, the rooftop level, is very similar to the pool level. You have to deal with zombies just turning up unexpectedly. Except it can happen in any lane as opposed to just the water lanes. And well, you've got the added threat of plants being randomly taken out just by being picked up, which can be really infuriating because, I mean, you know, the zombie can just jump in anywhere on the map and just steal any of your plants. So if that happens to, you know, an important plant, then, well, yeah. The kernel pult flings corn kernels and butter at zombies.